Hello everyone, this is Colleen Lema, Starseed Astrologer and Spiritual Messenger from SacredSoulEmpowerment.com, here to do your weekly intuitive reading for Monday, August 23rd through Sunday, August 29th, 2021. For this week's weekly reading, we'll be using the Animal Wise Tarot by Ted Andrews for the main message for everyone. Your special message card this week, depending on your stone of choice, will be coming from the Crystal Angel deck. Just a reminder that this is the last full week of August. So if you haven't already watched the monthly intuitive reading for the month of August, you'll want to go on to my YouTube channel and watch that monthly intuitive reading. Or if you've already watched it, maybe you want to remind yourself of the energies that we have been experiencing and that we have yet to come in this upcoming week. It's been a pretty strong month with the energy of karmic number 13, which is numerologically the number of death, rebirth, transformation, transmutation, and relates to the 13th major arcana of the tarot, which is also the death card. So a lot of transitory energies going on this month. You may also notice that I'm not in front of the camera as I have been for the past few weeks. I just decided, partially because of a timing thing, and the time it takes to do both kinds of setups and setup in between and transition from one to the other, from being in front of the camera to the cards. I just figured it was quicker and faster for lack of time that I have right now to go ahead and do it the old-fashioned way, and I know some of you like it this way anyway, so just changing it up at least for this week. So let's go ahead and start by taking a look at our stones of choice for that special message card. Now these are 3 brand new stones that I found when I was out and about last week, so excited to show them to you. This one here is called Emerald Tanzberry Quartz. Emerald Tanzberry Quartz. You can see it's a beautiful dark emerald green color, the color of the heart chakra, the color of Archangel Raphael. And this is great for compassion, heart healing, desire, connection with nature, empathy, unconditional love. It's considered a master healer stone. It is a stone of rejuvenation and renewal, brings joy and sweetness of our inner child. It is, let's see, what else does it say here? Clearing and healing on various levels of our consciousness, helps us to achieve mental and emotional balance, tranquility, understanding, and acceptance. So, of course, this relates to the heart chakra and bringing a sense of healing and balancing to that area. Again, this is Emerald Tanzberry Quartz. And the next stone of choice here, a stone that I found here, let's hope that I say it correctly. This is called Amphibole Quartz. Amphibole Quartz. And another name for amphibole quartz, now of course it is a quartz, and you can see that this particular piece of quartz has a lot of the darker red in it, and that is because of the mineral called hematite that forms or infuses with this quartz, bringing it again to be called amphibole quartz. Now, some people also call it angel wing phantom quartz or just angel phantom quartz. And these particular amphibole quartz crystals are only found in Brazil. Okay, so this is a stone of awareness, angelic connection, and empowerment. It strongly influences the third eye and crown chakra due to its angelic wispy inclusions, and some quartz more than others, some amphibole quartz more than others have this wispy white stuff here. And at the bottom, this particular one has a lot of it at the bottom. So you can see some perhaps wispy white energy, and that's why it's called angel quartz or angel wing phantom quartz. So again, it's related to third eye and crown chakra due to those angelic wispy inclusions. It is useful for connecting to the angelic realms and opening oneself up to the guidance of ancestors and guides. It's a very high vibrational crystal. Hastens our awareness, allowing us to more easily access the spirit realm, lucid dreaming, and doing past life work. Helps to foster that deeper connection to the angelic realm and or our guardian angel to facilitate communication. And it radiates a beauty and a loving energy that opens us up, filling our heart and spirit with joy, serenity, harmony, peace. The red hematite specifically for this one, because the amphibole quartz has different types of minerals in it causing different colors, but this one with the hematite in it keeps us grounded while providing the raw energy and drive to move forward no matter what obstacles may be thrown up in our path. All right, and then the last stone of choice here is cherry Tansberry, cherry Tansberry quartz. Now the first one was emerald Tansberry quartz. This one is cherry Tansberry quartz. It's got the color of cherry, right? It's kind of a reddish, purplish kind of color to it. And the reason why they call both of these, the emerald and the cherry Tansberry quartz, is because it's found in the area of Tanzania. Okay, Tanzania is where these quartz comes from. So the cherry Tansberry quartz, it's actually, interestingly enough, used for grounding, but also anti-anxiety and antidepressant, and it's used for vitality. It's a mood stabilizer. It brings in stress relief. It brings in a sense of calmness. So it has this ability to comfort and bring acceptance, helps to quell unnecessary worries. It's a great stone to work during your bedtime routine, especially when you have stressful situations going on. It says it's one of the best stones to use for fighting anxiety and or even using it with pets who may experience anxiety as well. It's helpful for emotional and mental disorders and helps to balance the mental body and emotional body. Can be used for nightmares or obsessive thoughts. Can actually be used also for allergies and digestion and restructuring the DNA, detoxification, and all kinds of other things. So wonderful cherry Tansberry quartz. And so again, what do we have? We have the emerald Tansberry quartz, the amphibole quartz, or the cherry Tansberry quartz. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about the astrological aspects of significance this week. A lot going on. It seems like there's been a lot going on lately, astrologically speaking. So everything that's happening this week astrologically, of course, first of all, comes after that full moon we had on Sunday the 22nd at the 29th degree of Aquarius, the last degree of Aquarius. Now, if you watched last week's intuitive reading, or if you watched the monthly intuitive reading for August, you'll know that that was the second Aquarius full moon that we had in a row. We had an Aquarius full moon at 1 degree of Aquarius back in July, and then this Aquarius full moon on August 22nd, Sunday of last week, was at the 29th or last degree of Aquarius, which brings in this idea of a completion phase, a healing phase, a releasing phase, a very powerful transition phase of energy from both of those full moons, because the first full moon in July at 1 degree of Aquarius was the beginning of some sort of releasing of energies or situations or subconscious patterns or other dynamics that dealt with the Aquarian energy, which is about looking towards the future to our hopes, dreams, and wishes, and what do we need to free ourselves from, because Aquarius deals with freedom energies. What do we need to free ourselves from in order to get to those hopes, dreams, and wishes? And then, again, fast forwarding to August 22nd, the second Aquarius full moon I feel like was a carryover of that completion energy cycle. And now for the next 2 weeks, this week and next week, we're in the waning phase of that full moon energy, which is the perfect time to bring that releasing, that healing, that death and rebirth, that transitory energy, letting go of what we no longer need to hold on to or carry as we get ready to move forward into the blessings that the water bearer energy here is trying to bring. So this week, now we come up to what this week is about, because I feel like having that backstory of that Aquarius full moon energy. Not to mention last week that we had Uranus, the ruler of Aquarius, turning to retrograde motion, amplifying his energies of independence and freedom and redirection and strange and unusual occurrences and things of an electrical nature happening because it does rule electricity and the odd and unusual and strange. So we may have last week had a few things occurring that brought up that energy. All of this week deals with Mercury and Venus for the most part. And Mercury is the planet that rules our thoughts, our ideas, our perceptions, and our communications. And Venus rules love and relationships. It rules our values. It rules harmony. It rules money, finances, and personal resources. So on Monday the 23rd, we start with Venus in her home sign of Libra. Very comfortable here. And Libra is all about relationships, partnerships, balance, and equality. Venus in Libra on Monday is in a positive trine connection to Saturn in Aquarius. This is about a restructuring. Saturn likes to restructure things or teach us things, because Saturn is the great teacher of karmic lessons. But this is a positive aspect. So I want to say it's supportive of the restructuring process of the energy of equality and balance within relationships in our lives, with a few karmic lessons to perhaps be learned along the way. On Tuesday the 24th, Mercury is in his home sign of Virgo. So Mercury in Virgo, is a comfortable placement here, all about logic and analyzing energies and making a plan, organization, looking at the details. However, on Tuesday, the Mercury in Virgo energy is opposing Neptune. So there might be a little bit less organization, a little bit less of logic or clarity going on, because Neptune is the planet that rules the spiritual realm, the things that are intangible, unseen, sometimes even deceptive or illusionary. So our communications, we might be misunderstood in communication situations. So it's good to reiterate what it is that you're trying to say, or reiterate what you think you hear the other person saying in conversations. Also, when it comes to detail and logic and analyzing things, that Neptune influence is going to bring a little less ability to do so. So you have to allow for more creative, spiritual, flowing, intuitive expression of the mind, of communication, of thoughts, and of ideas. On Thursday, the 26th, Venus in Libra, partnership planet in the partnership sign, is opposing Chiron, the wounded healer, in Aries. And Aries is all about the self, and Libra is all about the other or the partner. So with Venus in Libra opposing Chiron in Aries, there might be some wounds, past life wounds, this life wounds, regarding our sense of self versus the other person or people in our lives, needing to have, again, that balance, that compromise, that equality, that harmony, both needs on both sides being met. There might be wounds in regards to our sense of self-identity or self-confidence that comes in, where with the Venus in Libra, we're giving over maybe our power to the other person, or we're people-pleasing too much and not paying attention to what our own needs are. Also on Thursday, along with that Venus in Libra opposing Chiron in Aries, we have Mercury in Virgo in a positive aspect to Pluto. Pluto's the planet of power and transformation and death and rebirth and paying attention to the subconscious patterns or the shadow side of things. This is a positive connection, though, between Mercury and Pluto. So I feel like We're more empowered with our thoughts. We're more empowered with our perceptions. We're more empowered with our powers of discernment, which is a Virgo thing where Mercury is. And we're more empowered in our communications where we're speaking our truths very effectively and taking back our power where maybe we've been disempowered, either within ourselves, with our own self-talk, or maybe in connection with other people. On Friday, the 27th, Mercury in Virgo is in an odd inconjunct to Jupiter in Aquarius. This means there's some sort of adjustment that we need to make between our logical thoughts and our belief systems of the big picture. So wherever the Mercury mind is going, however we see the truth of things happening, or again, how we're analyzing or being logical about something, seeing the details of what's going on, that connection to Jupiter, the planet of expansion, the planet of growth and abundance, and again, seeing the big picture, is asking us to shift our perspective or to look at things from a higher perspective. See the bigger picture of what's happening here, not just the small details of what appears to be occurring. On Saturday, the 28th, Venus in Libra is now in that weird or odd inconjunct to Uranus in Taurus. Remember last Thursday, Uranus in Taurus went retrograde, so it's still not moving very fast. It's been just over a week, but Uranus is a very slow-moving planet. It's still sitting at 14 degrees of Taurus and, barely has moved, but just maybe a few minutes. And so this is going to heighten the energy of this connection between Venus and Uranus to where there might be some sudden, unexpected situations or circumstances within partnerships, relationships, where there might be an imbalance or a lack of equality. Uranus is saying we need to free ourselves from that kind of energy. We're needing to redirect the situation in some way in order to bring balance and harmony back in. And then on Sunday the 29th, Mercury is moving out of Virgo, its home sign of Virgo, and it's moving into Libra until November 5th. Now that's a long time because usually Mercury stays in a sign of the zodiac for approximately 3 weeks, but it's staying there from August 29th until November 5th because towards the end of September, it's going to be going retrograde in Libra until just after mid-October. And we know what Mercury retrograde is about, right? It's redoing, rethinking, reorganizing. It's, all of those words, so we're definitely going through and adjusting a lot of things. And in this case, it's in the sign of Libra. So again, this is all about partnerships, relationships, balance, harmony, compromise, equality. And so this is our thought processes, our perceptions, and our way that we communicate within our relationships, where when that Mercury retrograde comes up, we're going to have a good long time to revise, research, review, and do whatever it is that we need to regarding that area of our life. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at the messages from our angels and guides here for the week. So we turn over the first card here. Okay, we start out with a powerful card here. We've got Major Arcana 20, the Judgment card. And in the Animal Wise Tarot, it's the Whale. The Whale says new depths of creativity. Now, whales are big, whales are powerful, whales are ancient, whales are intelligent, right? Whales have probably, been here much longer than most of us even realize, right? It's one of those creatures that I think has a high consciousness, a high intelligence, and again, has been here for a very long time. And the Judgment card typically in the traditional tarot can be about, karma. We think about judgment and we think that, the universe or source or God or whatever you want to call that higher power is in judgment of us for the wrongs that we've done, which brings in that idea of karma. But really, this is about not judging ourselves, not judging others, but this is purely about the law of cause and effect. It's about karma. It's about what we put out. We are now, going to experience back. This is about, actions that we have done in the past, and whether this can be past lives as well as the past in this life. Those energies that we put out, the love that we put out, the work that we've put out, the efforts that we put out, whatever it is that we've put out is now going to come back in the form of that law of cause and effect. Okay, so this is the Judgment card here. And the idea of the whale, though, in this particular card is saying that there's new depths within ourselves that are being discovered. It says new depths of creativity, but I'm going to say that we're discovering aspects of ourselves, an aspect of our souls through the evolution and growth that we as individuals and as a collective are experiencing right now, that we've experienced in the past month, 6 months, 12 months, 2 years, right? I mean, there's been a lot going on these last couple of years, 2020 and so far 2021. Not just with what's happening around the planet with COVID, but just, what's happening even as a result of that with our systems, our governments, our, higher sources taking care of one another, etc. So there's new growth and evolution at a very deep level that we're all going through on a collective level as souls. And talking about judgment, talking about the law of cause and effect and what we've put out in the past, we are, now going to experience back because that is the law of cause and effect. This is about on a collective level. This isn't just on a personal level, although we can read it that way as well for this reading, but this is thinking about the world and humanity on a collective level. What have we done on a collective level to each other, to the planet? How have we taken care of nature, the animals, each other? And so I feel like this is a huge message for all of us on a collective level of the law of cause and effect and reaping what we've sown. And now I'm not saying that that's all negative and that, there's doom coming because of the bad we've put out, because there's a lot of us that have put out a lot of good too. It's just that usually we don't get notified about that, right? The news usually covers things that are not as happy, not as joyful, but believe me, there's a lot of good, there's a lot of change, there's a lot of positive that's happening as well, and we just don't get notified about a lot of that. So know that this is, also not just about negative or quote unquote negative karma, but this is about positive as well, and that law of cause and effect. So finding the new depths within our souls of what we are here to create and accomplish, to me, covers this Judgment card. Let's take a look at the next card here. Oh, we have another Major Arcana. This is Major Arcana 0, and it's the Fool card. This is the Coyote in the Animal Wise Tarot, and it says wisdom and folly, right? So coyotes, very intelligent, that's why we have that idea of wisdom here. The Fool, though, the Fool is the trickster. The Coyote is the trickster. And so there's folly too. And, in the traditional tarot, the Fool card is about taking a leap of faith. Sometimes we have to leap head first into the unknown and have faith and trust that we're going to land on our own 2 feet. So this may be a part of what's playing out personally for you in this week or in the weeks to come, where maybe we're at this place karmically with the Judgment card where we're saying, you know what, I need to change. I need to have this kind of new start and new beginning. I need to take a leap of faith and trust the universe that I'm going to land on my own 2 feet. And the Coyote, the trickster, the Fool, is coming in and saying, okay, well, we're not gonna give you any positives here, and we're not gonna tell you what the timeline is, and we're not gonna tell you exactly what the right choices are or the right decisions to make or what the right direction is. So it is, again, that leap of faith that we're taking. We are, connecting with our own inner wisdom, maybe the wisdom of those that we trust, guides that we trust, both in the flesh and not in the flesh. But we have to trust our own wisdom as well. And sometimes we just have to take a chance. And the other thing about folly and the Fool and the Coyote is that we have to sometimes be a little bit more lighthearted and not take things so seriously. Sometimes we have to laugh at what the universe is presenting to us, even though sometimes it doesn't feel laughable. Believe me, I know what that feels like. But sometimes things are just so whatever they are that you just have to sit back and say, oh my gosh. And you kind of like, again, have that laugh to yourself and say, okay, universe, you're trying to teach me this. And so, I guess I'm going to go with that or go in this direction, or I'm going to listen to you. But, sometimes, again, we're being introduced with something maybe repeatedly, and we just have to have that little chuckle and say, okay, been there, done that. Thank you for showing me again. Let's move on now. Let's move in and take this leap of faith and move into a new direction here. This is also about innocence, like a child. The Fool card is, like taking that leap of faith is having the innocence of a child, where children typically, when they're really super young, they don't worry. They don't think about consequences. They're just like, oh, I want to do that. That sounds like fun. I'm going to go in that direction. I'm going to do this. And so if we can have more of a childlike view in that way, not, of course, be careful or set boundaries or whatever when we need to, but about, again, looking at the world or situations through the eyes of a child and just saying, you know what? This is what I want to do. Children do a lot of times what they want to do. They say what they want to say. They don't censor so much. And the Fool is about not censoring so much what it is that you feel is right for you, but to, again, trust and take that leap of faith towards it. All right. And I know a lot of you have other people, of course, to consider and think about, and it's not just all about you, but remember that you have to include you, right? Remember that it's not just about everybody else and not you. So definitely make sure that you're paying attention to you and your needs as well. So the last card came out as 2. So the first of those last 2 cards, we have the 9 of Ancients here. This is the 9 of Fire, the 9 of Wands, and the traditional tarot. And the Animal Wise Tarot, it's the Gila monster. And it says maintain control and beliefs. So the 9 of Ancients, the 9 of Fire, the 9 of Wands or Rods, this is about standing strong. I mean, this is the last of the single digits, but after the 9 of Fire in the tarot, there's the 10, right? Before we get to the Page, the Knight, the Queen, the King, before we get to those court cards, we do have a 10 after the 9, but the 9 is getting close to that 10 in the minor arcana, which means we've gone through a lot. We've been through a lot. We've sustained spiritually a lot, because this is the realm of the spiritual. So we've been through a lot of spiritual lessons. We've stayed strong. We've battled strong, so to speak, metaphorically. And the 9 is saying, maintain your strength. It says maintain control and beliefs, but I want to say maintain your strength. You're almost at the end of whatever it is that, at least in this situation or circumstance of the soul with the growth that you're currently in, you've almost gotten there. Okay, so don't give up, really. Stay strong in your strength. Stay strong in your beliefs. The Gila monster, these are one of the ancients, right? The lizard kingdom, they've been around for a long, long time on this planet. So they've maintained themselves throughout all of, I want to say all of time, but they've maintained themselves here on this planet for a very long time. So you, like the ancients here, your soul has been around for a very long time, and you have a lot of strength within you. So stay strong in your truth, stay strong in your beliefs, and stay strong in your strength to know that you can get through whatever spiritual lessons that you're going through. Let's see what came out with the 9 of Ancients here. Okay, so we have another major arcana. A lot of major arcana here, so a lot of soul growth and evolution happening here on a collective level as well as a personal level. This is major arcana 14, Temperance. And it's the swan. It says new dreams and new realms. So if we stay strong with the Gila monster, right? Stay strong, stand in your truth, don't give up. You're going to be entering new realms, new energies, new dreams very soon. However, with the Temperance card, You have to maintain balance and moderation and a little bit of patience here, okay? Number 14 is this major arcana, and in numerology, the number 14 is a karmic number. And it does portend change that is coming, because the number 14, if you add the 1 and the 4, is a 5. And 5s are always about change, freedom, and redirection. But because that 4 within the 14 is there, the 4 talks of some spiritual lessons and spiritual challenges that we have to muddle through, that we have to patiently kind of wade through, that we have to work through to get to the other side, to get to the change, to get to the new realms, to get to the new dreams. So use moderation, stay balanced, and be in a state of having patience as you gracefully, like the swan, as you gracefully move forward. Okay. The other thing I find interesting is that as we move into September, because next week's weekly reading is going to put us in a new month, which means a new numerology energy for September. And September is going to vibrate to karmic number 14. So be sure to watch that monthly intuitive reading for September to have more information about that. But I did give you just a little bit of a clue there, right? Because it vibrates to temperance, where we have to have patience and stay balanced and do things in moderation. All right, so that is the main message for everyone. Let's go ahead and take a look at the special message card depending on your stone of choice for the week. Taking a deep breath here. Okay, so let's give this a little shuffle. And for the people that chose the Emerald Tansberry Quartz, Emerald Tansberry Quartz. Oops, 1 second here, actually. Okay, there we go. Emerald Tansberry Quartz. Emerald Tansberry Quartz. This one's calling my attention here. And we've got amethyst, and it says revealing your true self. As you allow others to know the real you, you'll feel loved for who you truly are. So amethyst and that purple, that's a crown chakra stone and a crown chakra color. So we're needing to open up to higher guidance, higher wisdom, higher truth. And just like it says, reveal your true self. You're revealing your true self. And it's interesting that, again, August vibrates to that karmic number 13, which is about kind of a death and rebirth, where we're peeling away old layers of ourselves and then rebirthing ourselves into something new, something different. We're transitioning, right? So here we're peeling away those layers, revealing our true self. Allow other people to see that true you. We've got, this amethyst sort of at her heart chakra and her throat chakra, plus her third eye chakra is lit up. So we've got the higher chakras here are being activated. The heart chakra of opening up to unconditional love, the throat chakra of speaking our authentic truth with love and compassion, the third eye for having visionary or psychic or intuitive capabilities. And like I said, amethyst is a crown chakra stone, so even opening up to higher wisdom and knowledge. So all of those higher chakras are being activated here. You might want to carry or work with some amethyst, as this is going to, again, have you tap into your higher spiritual selves to connect more strongly to your higher soul self, which is that part of you, that spiritual part of you that has been with you throughout all incarnations, that helps you to tap into even your Akashic records, to gain the wisdom, knowledge about your gifts, talents, and abilities, as well as karmic lessons that you're here to learn, and to rediscover your true self and to reveal your true self out into the world. All right, let's put that down and let's pick up the deck again. And amphibole quartz. Special message for amphibole quartz. This one's calling my attention. This one is gold, and it says divine intervention. Okay, and this says God sends miracles to answer sincere prayers. So the color gold relates to the solar plexus chakra, which is our center of personal power, confidence, will, courage, leadership ability, right? Gold is not really a crystal per se, but it's a metal and a mineral of royalty, right? Gold is a higher vibrational energy, both in its mineral state as well as in the state of even not just being the solar plexus chakra, but a lot of times we see that golden white light of the universe all around us. Or sometimes people equate the crown chakra not just to the amethyst purple color like the previous card, but also gold oftentimes is related to the crown chakra. And we see here, you know, a guide, if you will, or an angel, if you will, that looks very wise, very old, very wise, very calm, very full of wisdom. I feel like, you know, obviously there's a gold headdress on. He's got like this kind of bright gold light at the third eye chakra. Plus this headdress, there's above the crown chakra here. So again, we have some of the higher chakras that are activated and initiated here, as well as, like I said, our sense of empowerment with the solar plexus chakra. So this is telling us that we have our angels, our guides, healers of the light, those of a higher dimension that are assisting us with that divine intervention. Send out your prayers, send out your intentions. They're here to help, and they're coming in to help. So you might want to visualize gold or golden white light. You might want to wear gold colors. You might want to wear gold jewelry or eat foods that are more of the golden yellow color. This will help to activate all of those things that we talked about regarding that solar plexus chakra energy. All right, and then for those of you that chose the cherry tanzaberry quartz, cherry tanzaberry, special message for cherry tanzaberry quartz. Okay, this one, when I open my eyes, sticking up here. And we got topaz. It says forgiveness heals. Topaz. Now topaz comes in all different colors. You can see here on both sides of this card and both sides of the angel. We've got purple topaz, pink topaz. It can be green topaz, yellow topaz, but because the card itself has the border of the pink, and there actually is a lot of pink topaz here showing up, I'm going to say that that's the prominent color for this particular message. And that pink is heart chakra energy too, right? And we often think of it as green or emerald green, but the pink is also a color of unconditional love of the heart chakra. And obviously this says forgiveness heals, which is a heart chakra idea or energy. And it says time to release repressed anger as it's blocking your health and happiness. Okay, so you might have some blocks in the heart chakra, old wounds from old relationships or old mindsets or old subconscious belief systems or perceptions that are clogged up, holding you back, keeping you from either moving forward or keeping you from opening your heart chakra to unconditional love of yourself or others. You know, this might be about forgiveness of yourself as well as forgiveness of others. So it's definitely time to focus on that heart chakra and see that beautiful ball of pink topaz colored light surrounding that crown chakra. We've got almost like a little path here, a little golden lit path that's walking towards this area of the heart chakra. So we're blending that gold of inner self-confidence and empowerment of the solar plexus chakra as we go through that pink towards the pink part of the heart chakra here, and opening that up, bringing healing, calling in those of the highest vibration of light to bring healing to that area. You know, it's got a very soft, nurturing kind of energy. I want to say there's inner child healing going on here with that unconditional love, compassion, forgiveness, you know, the nurturing of the inner child here. It's got a very divine feminine sort of feeling to it, where we're receptive and allowing of that healing to take place. So as we close out the month of August, do some heart chakra healing for yourself. And there's wonderful colored lights around the head here of this angel. And it looks like almost rainbows to me. And rainbows are symbols of hope, right? It's about hope and blessings that are coming to us. And those blessings of energy will come as we open up our heart chakra, because that heart center, right? If we have a closed heart chakra, we're not allowing anything to be attracted to us in the way of blessings, in the way of love. So if we open our heart chakra, we're able to kind of let the universe bring us the blessings, the hope, the abundance, the prosperity that it's desiring to bring us. Okay, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. Sending you all lots of love and light. Thank you for commenting and sharing and subscribing to the channel. Thank you so much, and we will see you for the month of September as well as for next week's intuitive reading, and many, many blessings to all.